Do you want to intro this or you want me to?
Whichever.
Mine's going to be like way more excited.
Yep, give her then.
Okay. This is episode 190 and we got Shane in the hot seat.
The Ultimate Deck Podcast. Need a show about outdoor living? This is where it's at with your hosts, Shane Chapman and Way Laurent. Thank you for tuning in. Now let the show begin. Yeah.
Whoa, it just ended.
Oh, you didn't give me the new.
Oh, yeah, sorry about that. Welcome to episode 190 of the Ultimate Deck Podcast. Shane is so scared he's not even talking, which is
It's
unusual.
already a disaster. The music cut off early. For some
I told
reason.
Bryce, like, first thing this morning, I was like, Bryce, get me the thing so I can just have the music and the intro play at the same time.
Yeah.
I asked him like 4 times. He's like, I'll get it.
Too busy with the hot sauce.
Yeah.
Look at this.
We are getting saucy.
This
Yes,
is
yes.
whichever one that is
The black one.
fucking disgusting
It's
looking.
the black
It's
one.
like, it kind of.
Why would they make a sauce that's black?
It has
like-
the consistency of soy sauce. So, if that makes you feel any better.
Liquid?
Yeah. Like, it's really runny.
No, but that one is like incredibly moldy, disgusting looking.
It does
especially
look a little
yours.
gross. Well, yeah.
Because you have the shrimp
I have the
because
shrimp.
helps to like make the heat less. So
Yeah, right.
I understand why you're doing this.
Look how much more sauce Bryce's are than yours.
Yeah,
Oh,
Bryce kinda
come on.
Bryce is
I'll
right on the
add
bottom of
more.
the cup.
Come
I'll
on.
add more if you
Add more.
Fine.
Bryce,
All of
I
them.
I'll do it
dare-
every
I dare
time.
Soak
you
them.
To do a dab on each one.
The hot one?
No.
Oh,
on
extra?
Each one. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll add extra to each one.
Okay, so you roll with this.
I'm
You tell me
rolling
what we're
this
doing here
one.
today.
So today we're just we're gonna eat some hot stuff, and then as we eat one, I'll ask you a question, and you will answer it. These are all deck related questions.
Perfect. Do you understand that when I eat really hot stuff, I get like super thick saliva and start drooling everywhere?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. We got some help.
I just that's why we gave you the microphone with the cover on it, so we could throw it in the dishwasher.
Foam
later.
shield on
Yeah,
it.
we could throw it in the
Yeah.
dryer later.
Yeah.
How was your weekend? Just before we
I can't
get all
think
hot.
right
I know.
now. What weekend? We're already at the next one. How was my last weekend?
Yeah. How was your last weekend? How was your week? You've had you've been back in Regina.
Yeah. So how about we talk about my last week instead? Because that's the part I remember. I don't remember what I did in the weekend, and I don't remember what I've done this week. But I did take in my first Saskatchewan Rattlers basketball game last week.
Ooh.
And I was pretty excited about doing that. I've been wanting to go to a game for a while. I like basketball. We have a semi-pro team in the province, and I've been meaning to go. And it was a playoff game, and it was
Nice.
fantastic. It was really good.
So they're the rattlesnakes. They're the rattlers, but
Yeah,
their
the Rattlers.
mascot's a rattlesnake.
Correct. Yeah, named after
All
all the
of-
rattlesnakes.
All the rattlesnakes in Saskatchewan.
Apparently we do. You just have to go to like Cypress Hills to find them.
Oh, okay.
Like
okay.
there are like I don't know why they called them the Rattlers. I don't know that it's geographically.
Isn't it interesting how
appropriate
like
or not, but-
some like sports teams just like pick a name?
At least it
and
wasn't
go
like
ahead.
the Saskatchewan Mountaineers or
Yeah,
something. Like that.
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
That'd be a little bit odd. but anyway, really good basketball. Like some of these guys have some NBA history in them. Like
Really?
the coach for the Rattlers has been around the can't remember where they said the Clippers and like the 76ers and like he's coached in the NBA.
Been a little everywhere.
Been a little bit everywhere. There's a couple players that have like dabbled in the NBA here and there. Some G League guys, that kind of stuff.
Jeez.
So the level of quality of basketball between what I would normally not normally, between what I go to every 4 years, one game, which would be like college basketball,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
like the U of R, U of S games and that kind of thing, which is good basketball too. But this was for sure a step above that. This is real basketball.
Like
these are like the best CIS guys and NCAA guys are playing this ball. They've done some G League stuff. Maybe they've played some Euro ball.
Oh yeah.
They've maybe touched the NBA here and there. And so it's like, it's actually really good basketball. So I brought Mike 4Flow from Fibron
40 flow.
from Calgary.
Evan
And
says stop stalling and get to eating the wings.
nope, you can't control me. You're not here. And Robbie from our Saskatoon sales team and Tyler from Compound Decks. We all went. Everybody's first time. Everybody's super impressed.
Nice.
Like we were like, wow, this is real basketball.
And they
This
just
isn't
play at the SaskTel Center.
This isn't just like a bunch of white kids from like suburbia Saskatoon. This is like really good basketball.
If you ask me, Saskatchewan's probably the best place to play basketball. It's all flat here anyway.
Yeah, you can really have a pickup game anywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Put up a basket and Good to go.
Don't
Okay.
disagree.
Let's get to it.
Yeah.
Some of these questions might get a little hard. Maybe. We'll see.
Question or just
They're-
like answering them?
The questions are like hottest questions from the YouTube channel, most of them.
Okay, so we start here, right? I just
So-
want to confirm.
Yeah, you start on the left, Bryce, and Shane, you start on that one.
Oh, you've got a reverse thingy going on here. I see.
So that
My nose is already running.
I know I'm sitting here next to Jacob, and like it's pretty strong.
And
smelling.
I could be. This has got to be completely mental, but my bum already burns a little bit.
Yeah.
Wait
That
until
doesn't even make
later.
sense. I haven't even gotten there yet.
This is what it's going to look like later.
That one is gross.
Evan
Like,
says that stuff's local.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Deadly Dan.
it doesn't make it any better looking. Like it's kind of like greeny black. That's
Yeah.
gross looking.
Okay, so the first hot sauce we're gonna eat is a habanero hot sauce from Aardvark. Comes
Yeah,
in
the
a
details don't matter to me.
great squeeze. I know.
It's
It's just
spicy.
like,
Who's Aardvark?
and it
Okay.
is on the wings.
so
So what? That's this
so
one.
eat the wing,
Yeah.
and then I'll ask you the question.
Okay. To clarify, I freaking love wings. Like I'm a wing guy. You couldn't have put this
Yeah.
on a better product for me.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean I'm excited
We
about it.
got Scott Kelly here in the comments, and Mark Westrom. Mark Westrom says, "I'm going to take a Zantac in sympathy of this. I already put some ice cream in the freezer for you."
Mm-hmm. Is that very
Evan-
crunchy in the mic? Mm.
Oh yeah.
People need to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
So the first question,
I'm gonna
Is-
enjoy this wing a lot because it'll be the one that's tolerable to me.
Yeah.
right?
Like the wing is so good.
It's a habanero hot sauce too, so it'll get in there and then it'll turn on once you get 2 or 3 in.
Sauce might be local. Wings not local. Costco,
Costco.
wings.
Costco
Yeah.
wings.
So good, though.
Can't go bad.
Why use a decking price calculator?
Well, that's not the order I thought we were going in.
Nope.
Throw me for a big loop there.
Yep.
I don't know. Why would you?
Why would you? You tell me. I'm interviewing you.
Mm.
Do you think you should?
In most cases, no. So yes and no. Am I allowed to enjoy this entire wing, or am I supposed to just take a few bites and
go
set
for
it
it.
down and
Don't
talk?
think
Like,
about it.
this is
Crush it.
delicious.
Do whatever you want to do.
That's why we did it
This
at
is
lunch too.
If you do it for one, you have to do it for every
Can we
single
just
one.
pause this and just enjoy the wings, and we'll
If you,
do the
if you
podcast
do it
later?
for one, you got to do it for every single one, though. So, get
So the
ready for
decking
what you're
price
getting
calculator
yourself
is so
into.
crunchy.
So good.
We'll say this sauce is tasty.
Yeah, I agree with Jacob. This sauce is tasty, which is what I like in a wing. I hate
Yeah.
the ones that just burn your face off for no reason. They taste like garbage.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Back to the decking
a
price.
decking price calculator. So the answer is twofold to this. Yeah, you should use one, but the problem is that the ones that are out there are very misleading often. I'm guessing what's behind this question is that contractors always complain that they get customers that come to them and say, I need a quote for this deck. They give them a quote. The quote's 20 grand.
Yep.
And the customer comes back and says, well, I went and used the Trex price calculator on the website or the whatever, and it said this was going to be 11.
Mm.
Expect it to be about 11,000. And there's like this big disconnect, and all of a sudden you've immediately given the homeowner a reason to not trust the contractor who just delivered that quote. They already think they're screwing
Right.
them.
Yep.
So it can be tricky. Use them, like they're a good one can be handy because it helps you to get a ballpark in your mind before you even start the process of like
Yep.
getting the quotes.
Yep.
Right? If you have zero idea, it's nice to have a ballpark calculator say it's going to be around 18 to 20. And then when you get quotes of 21 and whatever, you're not
Immediately scared off.
you're not like putting something in your pants like we're about to at the
like
end of
like
this.
I was gonna say like this is doing to you.
Right. So yeah, they're good if you can make them accurate enough. And I know that we developed one in-house for our own budgeting purposes, and our biggest concern was we got to make sure this thing ends up accurate. We got to be within
Yep.
10%, 90% of the time. Like we got to we can't mislead people and send them home thinking they're going to get a quote for 8 and then it comes back at 14.
Right.
8 and it's 9? Okay.
You can
Like
handle
we're in the
that.
right
Yeah.
ballpark, right? So we very much brand ours a ballpark calculator to make sure people don't get the wrong impression. Do you know that fruit flies apparently might like these wings? There's like one fruit fly line over here. So yeah, they're
So
why
you
would you use
should?
them to you use them to soften the blow.
Yep.
And understand the scale of what your project might cost to help you kind of like guide your decisions. So they're good in that way. But just be careful because a lot of the ones out there are not giving you a full picture. They might be very misleading. So the question then becomes where's the good ones?
Where's the
I
good
don't
ones?
know.
Where's the good ones?
I don't
And
know.
should you use them for the lumber side of things or just the decking?
Do we have a bowl?
Oh,
yeah.
you get us a.
I'll grab one.
Okay, yeah. So
It's also tricky because it's extremely regional. Prices are very regional.
right,
The lumber too, but also like the decking. What Trex costs in Virginia is not the same as what it costs in Washington.
right.
Not the same as California or Saskatchewan or Ontario. Like
Yeah.
it could be different prices everywhere, especially when you start factoring in the exchange rate, because somebody may not understand what currency they're even looking at. A customer from Canada might wander onto some calculator that says, "Oh, it's 12 grand," and it's like, "Yeah, but it's 12 grand US."
Mm-hmm.
So then it's actually 15 grand Canadian, and then it was already inaccurate.
Yeah.
So it's actually 21 grand Canadian, and then you're in trouble. So
Then you're in trouble. Do they are they good for, say, someone who's gonna go to a big box store to buy stuff? Like, do the prices match?
don't
Like,
go to the big box store
I'm
to
just
buy
saying.
stuff. This is ridiculous. My nose is. I told you before that my nose started running before this started.
Yeah, let's take a before and after so that we have something to post. on Instagram. I'm gonna take a picture of you guys right now. Hang on.
Okay. You ready to start the
Don't
next?
take a picture of me. I don't like being on camera.
Says everybody.
Says the guy who's frequently on camera.
Okay, you ready for your second wing, Shane?
Evan says fruit flies are extremely attracted to acidic liquids.
So the next.
Come on, friends. You feel like Ace Ventura, where he's like in the apartment. It's like, ah, and all the fruit flies.
And all the birds come. Valentina.
Yeah, what do we got next?
You had Valentina
Oh,
before?
it's Canadian. No, wait.
No,
that's.
it's Mexican.
That's a massive.
It's
photo,
just
yeah.
I thought that was a maple. I saw half of it, and it looked like a maple leaf, and I was like, oh, okay.
Have you ever had Valentina?
No.
This is like easily my go-to hot sauce,
Yeah,
like every
that
day.
stuff's pretty good. I've even had.
That's my ketchup replacement.
Also,
Okay.
big shout out to Evan and Jacob.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, you dropped it on the rug.
Man down.
I was gonna say big shout out to Evan and Jacob for supplying the hot sauces for today's episode.
And big shout out to Trex for supplying the new Trex Transcend Lineage plates that we have here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they are the best serving trays.
Yeah. The graining's not too deep, so you don't.
Should be easy
Your
to clean.
sauce doesn't collect inside of the embossing,
Mm-hmm.
which is good. It washes off nice. The color choices are good because they hide dirt. Like you really nailed it with your selection. All right, what's
So
the next question?
this one's really like easy to eat. I think you'll be okay with this one. How does the quality of big box store brands compare to boards from manufacturers that TUD sources their boards from?
That's a good question.
This kind of ties into another question that I just realized, but
That's okay.
I was about to ask why
why I'm not throwing stuff in
only
there?
I have chicken bones in the
So
discard
shrimp
plate.
don't have bones.
And then I realized that you're not eating chicken.
Fried
you-
shrimp don't
Are
have
you
bones.
eating tail and all?
I'm eating the tail.
You
now.
just
I'm just going for it.
good for you.
If they had
Okay.
like heads on them, the brains are the best part. But
Can't say I've ever eaten a shrimp with a brain in it.
what? Oh man.
So sometimes
I'm sheltered.
they're not different.
Sometimes they're the same. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like if you're buying a Trex board from us and you're buying a Trex board from Home Depot, it's the same board. Trex doesn't make different boards for different. They sometimes do for different markets, but not for box store. Like if you're in Canada and you go, or in the US and you go to a Home Depot versus a lumberyard, you're getting the same board. So
Okay.
in that case, it's not different. However, in the case of that, what's different is they probably don't stock much of them. They likely have to special order them. They might stock the 12 footers, maybe the 16s, but they probably don't have the fascia and they probably don't have the solid edge. And so you're limited with what you have unless you want to wait 4 weeks to get it. That's
Right.
part of it. However, they also carry a bunch of junk. So there's 3 scenarios you might run into. One is what I just discussed. It might be the same board.
So is that brand? That's like brand related. Like
Yeah.
as long as you're shopping a certain brand, you're generally going to be okay. Maybe.
Sometimes. So Trex example, same board, probably.
Yeah.
Decorators, same manufacturer, not same board. You're like, so
Different line.
So for example, you generally what they're trying to do in the case of TimberTech and Trex, I think they're same boards all the time. You're getting the same thing. With Decorators, however, and sometimes Fibron, they've made a board that's cheapened a little bit to reduce cost because the box store wants to sell things for less.
As cheap as they can.
Right. And so they'll make some
it's like Coke and New Coke.
yeah. But they'll not compromise it, but they'll like take something away to give
Right.
you a lower price point. In the case
Right.
of decorators, so if you come to the Ultimate Deck Shop or some local lumberyard that carries decorators and they've got a decorator's voyage board, then you're getting decorators' best product that they make.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting their full 5.5 inch wide board. It's got the extra traction on it. It's got their full warranty and everything. If you go to Home Depot, you can find a decorator's board. I can't remember what they call it. Pioneer? It's just the P. That has a lot of the same benefits, but what you don't know is that the board is 5.25 inches wide. So it's a narrower board, which is tricky because unless you're holding them side by side, you might not notice that. So yeah, it's less linear foot, but the square foot price might be almost the same.
Whoa.
And then you're also not getting your full warranty. So the boards at the Voyage line will have a better, longer warranty than the lines you're going to find in the box stores.
Yep.
And if you're a contractor, you're not collecting any of your rewards bonuses on the products that are sold to the box stores. So you get none of the perks and stuff either.
Right.
You're
So-
right on the Pioneer thing, by the way.
Pioneer. So that's how they've, in a way, cheapened the board to be able to sell it a little bit less. Some of it deceivingly so because the board is like narrower by a little
Right.
bit and you don't notice it. And some of it's just like, well, we're not going to warranty it for as long because warranties cost money. So whatever. So the board itself is still a good quality, but you're not getting everything that you've probably heard about in a commercial from
Right.
decorators because they promote their high-end stuff and you're getting
You're getting the base model.
yeah,
right? You're not getting
your
the
trim
luxury.
line's a little bit lower.
Yeah,
Sure.
exactly, right?
Yep. So on the magazine cover is the fancy Mazda CX-9 whatever
Yeah,
trim
it's
level. And
tricked
then
out.
what you're shopping for at the box store is the trim line without the heated seats.
Yeah, exactly. You get no leather, you get
Right.
just
Right.
the regular plastic.
So now there was also a time when Fibron sold some boards into the box stores, and their boards, they looked very similar to the ones you'd find at lumberyards, but they were scalloped, and the ones at the lumberyard were not. So another way to reduce cost. Again, the narrower thing was often at play, sometimes thinner.
What about lengths? Do some of those boards only come in like 12-foot lengths or
I'm
something?
sure some of them might be restricted in lengths as well, so you might have to compromise with how you lay out your decking a little bit too, potentially.
Yeah.
But then the third scenario is
You're getting good at this because you're talking longer to like delay the
Yeah,
hot
I think,
sauce. It's the game. It's
clearly
okay.
not intentional.
Yeah.
But if that was accidental strategy, great. The third scenario is they're selling absolute garbage that you would never find at a lumberyard because
They don't exist. Or,
lumberyards don't generally are generally smaller operations that don't want to deal with callbacks and issues and warranties and all that other stuff.
Right.
They actually care what they sell. And so for me, I don't want to carry a board that I'm going to have to continuously deal with warranty claims on or have customers coming back that are not happy or issues. So we don't bring in garbage boards. I don't care what it costs. I don't care that I don't care that I sell, say, the cheapest 5-run board at $3, but if I carry this one, it's only $2. So therefore it's going to be easier to sell to customers. I can sell lots of it, but then you just have nothing but problems with it. And the people have had a poor experience with your business now because they bought a product that didn't stand up that you said was good. Like, I don't want any of that.
Right.
I would just rather not sell it. If you are the person who's looking for the cheapest possible board and it doesn't matter the quality and you don't care, I don't give two poops, I just want the lowest number on the bottom of the bill, then go ahead and buy that from somewhere else because you are going to end up disappointed and mad. And I would rather that not be me.
Right. Right.
So you're going to find that stuff not often, that stuff is imported by the shipful from overseas. It's not meant for this market. It's super sketchy stuff. It's cheap, sure. It's a little bit less than the brand names, but
I never thought about the idea that it wouldn't be meant, like, designed for this market either.
Right. Do you think that, like, if a board is developed in India, do you think that they have to worry about the expansion and contraction and what it's going to do in the winter?
Right. They might only have to worry about like humidity and moisture or, something else.
You could tell them it gets cold here. They're like, yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, sounds good.
Cold is what, 18 degrees Celsius? No.
Yeah.
So it's not meant for here. They've cheapened the product to nothing. A lot of these factories overseas often have zero quality controls.
Mm-hmm.
So you're just like, the price is the only good thing about it.
Right.
But
Mark Westrom says
Nothing's more expensive than cheaping out.
That's right.
Mark Westrom says boxes have levels, crap, good, and maybe better. Westrom lumber only goes better and best. We don't need the headache.
There you go. That's
Exactly.
exactly what you just said.
And then
So,
Michael Shaheen says
In 7
"Bryce, check
minutes,
your phone."
summed up with that.
I
It says
don't-
what?
Says, Bryce, check your phone. I sent you some questions.
Oh, we got some bonus questions.
Yeah. Also, we gotta speed it up a little if we're gonna get through.
Okay.
The sits other wins.
How dare you?
Sorry.
When's
That's
that? Wasn't there like a pineapple one? Is that this?
Okay.
That's the
the next one.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do 2 questions in the next one. So let's eat up. The next hot sauce is Tropic Thunder from Deadly Dan.
I like what Mark says. The box stores carry crap, good, and better, and the lumberyards are going to generally
Maybe
stick with
better.
the good and better. That's
Maybe
a
better, yeah.
that's good. Avoid the crap. Sorry, this is the pineapple one.
Deadly Dan.
Oh, mine's been compromised with sauce from the next one.
Oh darn!
Guess we'll have to eat this
Aren't
half.
you eating 2 anyway? You're the one that wanted to eat the whole wing and enjoy it, so I
Mhm.
mean,
Mm-hmm.
can't go back now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So eating 2 then, or
No, he's fine. This would be a 2-point question, though.
okay.
Oh, 2 points.
What are joist hangers? And what are track saws?
Where did these questions come from?
That's not the right. I don't think that's the right one. Is the trat saw question was why should you use a trat saw?
Why should you use a track saw?
And
Oh, I said
then-
what are.
And then the joist hangers talking about how to properly attach joist hangers.
Oh.
It's okay.
Okay.
Do you want those questions?
Joist hangers.
Why you can't use debt screws to attach joist hangers.
That's the question.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Joist hangers are meant to use fasteners are specifically designed for them because the load that's being applied to them is different than what a deck screw is designed for. A deck screw is designed to hold a board that's being like a deck board sits on top of joist with gravity. You just need to hold that down. Make sure it doesn't move around and bump around.
Yeah.
So all you need from a deck screw is straight down, pull down strength.
Mm.
That board at no point in its life is ever going to get kicked sideways so hard that it would shear a screw off. However, in a joist hanger application, that's exactly what you're doing. You're
gonna
hanging the
shear it.
board off the side of it.
Yeah.
The application is less important to be, less likely to be pulled out. While there is still that as well, the deck could pull away from the house. It's the most of the load is being carried downwards. So if you like held your hands together and slid them across, that's the force there.
That's where it's going to.
Whereas a deck screw is designed to like help your hands to not pull apart.
Oh, okay.
So
like
therefore, they don't have to be treated or designed in a way that has the ability to not shear off sideways with a deck screw. Nor drywall screws or flooring screws or anything. It's just meant to hold 2 pieces of something together. So you need to use the appropriate fastener that's designed to have that shear strength, whether that's a nail or a SD structural screw
Mhm.
or something that's been designed to increase the pliability of that, like where it'll bend instead of break kind of thing and won't
Yep.
just snap off. So that's why you don't want your deck to fall down. So don't use
Don't use a debt
don't
screw.
use anything
Don't
in a
use a deck
hanger but
screw.
what was supposed to be used in a hanger.
Mark says Shane looks like they're already starting to react to the hot sauce.
Well, I can feel that one a little bit.
You
for
feel
sure.
that one? I felt like that one's got
And-
some staying power.
I don't know how much of it was maybe the next one that was rubbed off, but
Mm.
Yeah. Scott Kelly says debt screws aren't ductile and structural joist hanger screws are.
right there you go.
Yeah.
Scott should be up here eating these and answering the question.
Next time he's in town, we'll do it.
Yeah. So, and what, like, why would you use a track saw?
Like I think the question is, what is the hate against using a trat saw?
I have no idea.
Like why do
It
people?
doesn't make any sense. The hate comes from like old school dudes who think that it's such an arrogant position to take. They think that anybody that uses a track saw is unable to cut a straight line with a skill saw. Any carpenter can cut a straight line with a skill saw. Like
Right.
anyone's been doing this for like you're no better than the guy who chose to use the track saw. The guy who chose to use a track saw just decided he wanted to do it perfectly.
Yeah.
Without as much effort, or that he wanted anybody on his crew to be able to do it perfectly without having the experience or the effort.
Yeah.
So if you have a tool that makes something easier and more accurate, why would you not
Yeah, why make it harder than
Adopt
it needs
that.
to
Mm.
That's like saying
That-
why drive when you could walk, right?
That same guy is probably using a pneumatic air nailer for his framing. Why aren't you still using a hammer?
Right.
What,
exactly.
you don't know how to hammer a nail in?
Yeah.
Well, I do, but why wouldn't I? It's more efficient. Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
Mike from Decked Out sent me a comment that said track saws are for people incompetent with power tools. I think he was joking.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
that's the argument the guys try to make, though, right?
Yeah.
I've been doing this for 30 years. I can cut a line as straight as an arrow. No, you can't.
No, you can't.
You can cut eyeball straight.
Yeah. I could cut a straight line with a track saw, though.
Track saw, anybody can grab a track saw and cut it perfectly machined laser straight.
There you go.
So,
Scott Kelly says, I have a heartburn and a sweaty nose just from watching you guys eat these.
Okay.
it's funny. I totally bit it on this so I can feel this side of my mouth like burn a bit on my
Your
lips.
lips are...
Okay, so the next one is Bulldog.
Is it bad that I have to pee already? Like, am I allowed to pee in the middle of this?
That's the... No, we're not allowed. You're not allowed. No touching of the lower regions.
So you remember those
I
like
didn't say I was
going
going to touch it. I just need to let it rip.
you remember those spicy noodles that you can get?
Like the
Yeah,
ramen.
but that looks familiar, the packaging.
Yeah, so this
chicken?
is just the like Korean spicy noodle sauce.
Oh, great.
Oh, great.
Enjoy.
Was there any science between what type of wing I got for each sauce?
No.
Like whether it's the, what do you call it, the drumette or the
I just picked one and tossed it in.
dual bone?
Jacob likes the flats, so
The flats. That's what people call it.
flats and drumsticks.
I took primarily flats.
Flats
Holy-
are, I think flats are easier to eat.
Holy shit, you really soaked that one, hey boys? You really gave that one something extra.
Must have been at the bottom of the cup.
Sorry, this one?
Yeah.
Extreme spicy hot sauce from Bulldog. Okay.
×2.
Oh yeah, ×2. It's the ×2 stuff. Good.
Double extreme.
Mm-hmm.
ASMR.
The taste on this one's really good.
That was my first impression right away. It was like, it's got some flavor, like some
Yeah.
good flavor.
It's like chicken.
Is it like gochujang flavored or?
No, it's like chicken flavored.
Oh, really?
Yeah, artificial chicken flavor.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, I don't know that I would say it tastes like chicken.
Artificial
Not
chicken.
chicken. I mean,
What's the point of using brad nails to attach deck boards?
Who submitted these?
I don't know who submitted this one.
Where did
They're
you guys
just-
get these questions
they're
from?
questions off of the like YouTube that look controversial.
I know you're not supposed to drink water, but it's just like there's shit floating in my mouth. And
We
I'd like
also
to wash
have
it
milk
down.
for if you need. Just let me know and I'll run and grab it.
That's when you lose.
What are the Stovall ratings? Mark Westrom asked.
I don't have those on these.
Yeah, they're
Hot.
fairly hot. We're going from least to most hot. So
Don't worry, we're getting really hot.
I think we're about halfway up.
Sorry, what's the point of
The
brad nailing decking?
Yeah.
On?
why shouldn't you brad nail that?
Oh, why shouldn't you?
Oh, that's not what it.
I know. Yeah,
That's not what it said
they're-
here.
All the questions are all messed up. I'll just ask them. It's okay. I know
Okay.
what they were.
I feel like this is probably about the last one that I'm gonna be able to like speak through clearly. We're getting there.
Okay.
Because brad nails aren't designed to nail down decking. They're
It's the
not
same thing
for
with
that.
joist hangers.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, right.
They're severely inadequate. What some guys have suggested is that the brad nail's not there to hold the deck board down. The brad nail is there to hold the deck board in place until the glue dries up, until the glue sets up. So you often use brad nails with a construction adhesive of sorts.
Do people put down decking with brad nails and glue?
Yeah, people don't know what they're doing. That's getting warm, boys.
Yeah.
That one's starting to set
Let me
in.
know when you need milk and I'll go grab a cup.
Getting a little shine on the face there.
Like you can get it anytime because the next one I'm gonna need it. for
The next one you're definitely gonna need it, and then we move into the black one. So
sure. I quit
God.
there. I quit after the next one.
you can quit.
How many more questions do we have? We only have a couple more.
yeah, we only have a few more.
Four more.
There's 4 more wings though.
There's
Yeah,
four
yeah.
more. There's
And I'm
four
already
more.
starting to leak.
There's 4 more questions.
Brad nails are designed to hang baseboards up. Like
Yeah.
Right.
they're not usually even meant for exterior grade applications. You can get stainless steel ones that can be used outside. The problem is people don't generally buy those ones.
Yeah.
So they're not even using. You're not even halfway to doing it properly.
Yeah.
You're not using the right fastener, and then you're not even using the exterior version of the wrong fastener.
Right.
Yeah.
Is there
So-
exterior brad nails?
Well, there's stainless steel ones that would be
Oh,
okay
okay.
to use outside.
Okay.
So if you're brad nailing, I don't know what, like a garden box together,
Oh, okay. You use
Go ahead and do that, but you want to use the stainless version so they don't rust.
right.
Excuse me. Or else you'll get the streaking down the side of the board from the rust leaking
Okay.
out.
Yeah. Evan says, breathe in through the mouth and out through the nose.
I'll breathe my fists through your face, Evan.
He's right. It
I'll
does
grab
work.
some milk. Give me a second.
You breathe in through the mouth,
And then spray snot all over
all
your
over your microphone.
So it's a bad practice. The other thing is like with composite decking, it expands and contracts so much that those little tiny 18 gauge brad nails are just going to snap off
Right. They're like
at some
staples.
point. Yeah, they're basically staples. And then they're also going to rust in the treated deck board, or the treated framing will rust them.
Oh,
So
because of the chemicals in the treated framing.
right. You've got copper in the treated framing, and then you've got your steel, and it's going to corrode, and it's going to end up snapping off, whether it's a galvanized or not. It's going to end up snapping off. So, and then the glue is not going to work long term either.
Oh,
The glue is also going to
none of it's gonna work. So why use it?
it's going to break its bond because of the expansion contraction.
Oh,
Now, if you go to
you can't get like some sort of like rubber or silicone glue that can like
Well-
handle a movement?
I was just going to say, if you go to Loctite's website, they have a like product selector thing,
I'm good.
and you're good. Come on.
I did the one chip challenge on air.
So did I, but I needed a damn like liter of ice cream after.
Liter of cola?
During. So on their website you can choose what you're bonding. And you can be like treated lumber to plastic or composite decking or something.
Okay.
And they do have a product they suggest, and to be completely fair, I've never used that one. But when I was doing this stuff, I didn't even think it was a thing. So maybe there's a product that works better now, but I still haven't seen that proven out. So until I do, it's a bad idea.
Okay. Okay. Let's move on to the
I
next
don't even
question.
feel my nose running until it like gets till I go to wipe it, and it's like, oh, there's actually something there. I didn't
So
think there was.
now we're at number 5, and like these were tasty, and these are less tasty.
Actually, this one is both tasty and horrifyingly hot.
So this is black cherry with Reaper pepper.
God, I hate you, Jacob. Like, why would you say that right now?
Horrifyingly hot.
Horrifyingly hot. Supposed to be the last one.
Last four.
Last four.
Momento de muerte.
Like you're saying, it's a significant jump up from the one we just did.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fuck, I hate you guys. That's my first F-bomb
worry,
ever
there's still-
on this whole podcast.
Well, way to go. Now I have to beep it out, Shane.
I'm amping it up.
This whole breathe in through the mouth and out through the nose is a trap because you're just going to spray snot. I can't breathe out through my nose right now. Why are you adding extra?
Because I
What
want
is
to
wrong with
show
you?
how much better I am than you.
You don't have to show it. I will. Before this ever started, I would have given you the crown. You would have been like, "Hey, Shane, I'm better at eating hot sauce than you are." Like, great. Like,
But the
go
best,
to town, buddy. I'll
the
give
be-
you a plaque. I don't care.
this is going to be all over YouTube, and then now I'll be
Oh, I see.
immortalized.
You have to.
This is
You
your
have to bleep
legacy.
it out for YouTube. My bad.
That's okay. Just
I'm
so
gonna
you know,
dunk
we
this
only
thing
have-
like an Oreo right in my. Right
that'll,
in my.
that'll make it worse. I
It was
think.
good.
I wouldn't-
What'll make it work? Dunking it in the milk?
I think
Your
it-
milk will suck.
Yeah, then you'll just have hot, spicy
F-bombs
milk.
keep it real. Says
That's
Mark.
Mark. Yeah.
Okay. Like, is this doused? I don't even see it on here.
That stuff doesn't really look like it is, but I mean, I
Oh.
put in an even amount. So,
The old silent but deadly version of a hot sauce.
Black cherries.
I mean, if
Black
you don't
cherry.
think there's enough, I can add some more.
You want some more?
Nope. Oop. Gonna bypass the tongue on this one. How are
Okay.
you doing, Jacob?
I'm doing great.
You're about
Jacob
to. Are
is-
you eating them too?
No,
Yeah,
I'm,
no,
I'm
these are
running
delicious.
the stream, so somebody's got to stay. not
Kyler
afflicted.
can't eat them.
I could probably. Next time.
Next time it'll be funny.
Yeah.
How's that?
I feel like I'm on the same level as Shane, probably.
Good, but which one was it? This one?
That one.
Scott Kelly says the horrifyingly hot will come during the passing tomorrow.
Yep. Definitely.
And then it's someone said, at what heat level does Bryce engage the goggles?
I'll do it for the last one because I'll put a real big
Oh God.
big.
I don't know that I want to wipe my nose with the same.
Do you need more napkins or
I think Bryce has lots.
I
here.
wouldn't.
probably
You
not a
wouldn't
good
what?
idea. Wipe your
Wipe
nose.
your
It'll
nose with
burn
the
your,
sauce
it'll start
napkin.
burning your nose.
Okay. So
Well, now I have to have a snot rag and a finger rag.
you do.
I guess so.
What are the downfalls of PVC decking?
No, thank you. Pass.
The questions are getting harder.
God, to listen, watching this is going to be one thing. To listen to this is going to be the worst episode we've ever put out. It's going to be crunching. If you don't like listening, like people loud chewers, this is going to be freaking awful.
It's ASMR. It's okay.
And then people snorting and snarling.
It's like
So do it louder.
What are the downfalls of PVC decking? So there's not a bunch, but there's a couple. One of the most relevant. What is?
We just got a package
Something just got
slipped
slid under the door. That was the weirdest thing
it's
I've
like
ever seen.
popsicles. I don't know.
I hope it's popsicles. So it expands and contracts a lot more than composite decking
Show it
does.
to the
That's
camera
probably
quick.
the most relevant thing. It's what?
You need wipes for your fingers.
For my bum?
For your
For my fingers.
Okay, PVC
Got
decking.
some
Down.
cleansing wipes under the
It
door.
expands and contracts more than composite does. Composite already does. PVC does more.
Right.
So you're likely to have bigger open gaps at your joints with PVC decking. The other thing is that can be a pro and a con is it's more, at least some of them are more, the capping on it's harder, which sometimes means it's harder to scratch, but sometimes it's not at all. But that can result in being a little bit more brittle when you're working with it too. So if you're working with it in the cold, it may chip.
Oh, really? So it's
we've
like
had-
way more temperature sensitive.
I would say so. You have to be a little bit more careful using it in colder temperatures. And then, what else was I going to say? We've had some brands that just don't work in really harsh climates like this one. And so, like, not to throw them under the bus, but Clubhouse decking doesn't work in Saskatchewan. We used to stock it. It was a great board. We have had so many boards crack from the expansion and contraction.
Okay.
If you're in an environment that has either extreme temperatures in the winter or like Scott Kelly in Denver, where there's extreme temperature swings even within the same day, where it might change, you know, he might have a 60-degree temperature swing from whatever, from the Chinook that rolls in or something in Denver or Calgary or something, right? Then that can cause problems too. If it tries to expand and contract too fast, it may crack around the fasteners. Now, that said, I've never had that problem with TimberTech AZEK. I've never had that problem with Wolf.
Fibron Promenade.
Fibron, we've never had the problem. We've only had it with Clubhouse, which is ironic because it's the one Canadian-made board. You would think that would be the one that can hold up to it.
So that destroys your theory about where the board's right.
It certainly puts a bit of a nook in that for sure. What else? From an environmental perspective, some people don't like that it generally uses all virgin plastic. It's not recycled. Now, TimberTech AZEK does use recycled plastic in their PVC boards now. So maybe that's partially addressed, but that's something we hear the odd time. Somebody that's very green. They're like, I don't want to use PVC because it's virgin plastic. I'd like to use something that was recycled. Yeah. So PVC sometimes doesn't work for that. I would say that's probably about it.
You just like listed off all the crappiest things about PVC.
You didn't ask for the good stuff.
I did.
I could tell you the good stuff too.
Give me two good things.
There's certainly no, I can't think of those right now.
The more you talk about, the worse the burn is going to get, right? So you got to think of something quick so that you can get through this because they're just going to get worse and worse.
Get ready.
I didn't actually find that one to be that bad. I actually thought the last one was hotter.
Evan says, good luck with the Nets 2 sauces. And then we have a comment from The Godfather. Says, you know your debts. And then he says, Chits would love hearing all about your debt talk. Is that true? Sure.
Do chicks love it?
Or deny?
Well, I hooked my wife.
Whoa.
Probably wasn't on a deck or talking about decks, but
Another
They got
deadly
the
Dan. This
Deck
is like
talk first date.
maybe one other thing is, I'll add one more. PVC boards aren't offered at a lower kind of budget friendly. They're all premium priced.
Oh,
Maybe
that's a good one.
that's not a bad thing, but when you're looking at like a Trex or a Fibron with a composite, you can still get a good board at a low price point. You can't get a good board. That is so gross.
Yeah, like, here, I'll point
I
it
am
down a
so
little
tend
bit.
off of that one because of the color.
It kind of just looks a little bit like diarrhea, to be honest. Coming
Worse
out
than
of the
diarrhea.
bottle.
It looks like. Oh, you guys don't have kids?
No.
You do.
Yeah.
Meconium?
Yeah, that's exactly what it looks like.
These guys might even not know what that word looks like.
It's exactly what it looks like.
When babies
First
are born,
Yeah.
they've ingested is blood, and that blood comes out in their poop as black tar. Like their poops they don't smell.
No.
They're a little bit sticky, but they come out as like this black ooze, and that's what that looks like.
It's really hard to get out of the diaper.
Gross.
Yeah. So now you
to
understand
know.
why it looks so gross to me.
So
It
this
looked
is-
gross already, so
This is
It
die hard.
It tastes like burnt flesh, he says.
It's smoked habanero.
Oh,
and
awesome.
Can we just skip this one
Carolina
and go to the hot
Reaper.
stuff? Like,
these,
This is the hot stuff.
no,
This
but
one,
skip the
you'll-
one that's dirty looking.
when you take this one, you'll be wishing that you took it compared to the Nets too.
This literally looks like somebody dropped it in the dirt.
Well, I mean, you dropped the one on the carpet and you still ate it, so it can't be that bad.
All right, fine. Drop this one too.
Okay, you ready? I'll ask you the question, and then you can think about it while you.
Yeah, but then people have to listen to me chomping away at it.
Okay, start eating.
Whatever, go ahead.
What are the lateral load requirements for guardrails?
Shut up.
Oh yeah, this one was terrible.
Oh,
Gross.
this is gross.
What's it taste like?
It's kind of vinegary.
I don't know.
Gross.
It's not a great flavor. It's not disgusting,
Nope.
Not as
but
bad
it's
as
not.
it
You wouldn't
looks.
want to add it for flavor.
How much milk do you have there, Shane?
I believe it's 600 pounds because you have to be able to. It has to be able to withstand the force of a 200-pound person running up against it. I believe the number is like an actual engineered load. But impact would be 600 pounds of lateral like strength against the post. So it's got to be able to withhold that. I believe is the number.
And a guardrail is anything. Like, what's the difference between a guardrail and a handrail?
A guardrail is intended for fall hazard. A guardrail needs to be a certain height and not have certain openings. A handrail has to be graspable. You have to be able to grab it. That's what you're going to find on the stairs. A stair might have a guardrail and a handrail.
Oh, you can have both on a stair.
You could. You might have a guardrail that has to have a graspable handrail as part of it.
This one's getting to me.
But if you
Taking out
If
the
you-
master price.
could stop putting extra on on a deck, you must have guardrails. They don't have to be graspable. They just have to make sure people aren't going to fall off the deck. On the stairs, you need to have something you can grab to like assist yourself down the stairs.
Right.
So you could, if you just went and put a guardrail down the stairs that didn't have a graspable part of it, like that would be technically a code violation. You'd have to add a graspable handrail to your guardrail.
That's fair. I mean,
So
I'm surprised you knew that.
I
Okay,
did
two
not.
more.
Two more. These are the worst two, so you might want to get through them quick.
Okay.
I'm glad I've gotten this far.
The next
And
hot
I'm glad
sauce.
we're past the meconium staining one.
The next hot sauce
That's freaking nasty looking.
is from a company called Da Bomb.
Da
Evan
bomb.
says, Bryce, think twice about adding extra for this next one.
Nope. He talked a big game just a moment ago about
Okay.
how big and tough he was.
The next it's called this next one is called Beyond Insanity.
Da bomb.
It's Da Bomb. It's lab tested 135,600 Scoville units.
That's what
If
I
you
want to
put
hear.
lab
Yeah.
tested on a piece of food, it's not food. Lab tested what Scoville
There he
units?
goes.
135,000.
That is a lot on there. I already put quite a bit on these ones, so Evan says this one actually hurts.
Frick.
Sorry, it was all I didn't get anyone. So.
Yeah, it doesn't come out very easy, but I kind of scoop some out with a stick and smeared.
I
it on.
can't tell if I have to pee or if my penis is just running like my nose is.
Okay.
Levi asks, "Did I miss you guys snorting it?"
No, you didn't miss it.
That's coming up later.
You could stay
You gonna-
tuned the
you
rest of
gonna
the way
send
and
me-
still not miss it.
You gonna send me the $500 first?
Send the money on air and we'll do it.
Yeah, if you make your
Of
donation.
course, this
I
one's a
think we have
big,
donations
beefy
enabled.
bitch. Lots of surface area on this one.
Cheers.
Are you allowed to touch my chicken?
We just touched tips.
That's like every weekend we've ever had. There was a problem with the server. Retry. Oh, it looks like we have to end it here, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Jacob, how you doing? You still
I'm
hanging in
doing
there?
Great, yeah. My face is sweating, but that last one is bad. This one's
Oh.
not as bad tasting, a little bit hotter.
Gotta commit. Gotta eat the whole way in, Shane.
I could tell when I put that in my mouth that the
the lab infused spice.
oh, that was freaking gross.
Does it taste like dog food, like it smells, or is it
Do I
worse?
have to eat the whole wing? I ate this part with the sauce
Go
on
ahead.
it.
You can. You know. I mean, it's up to you. You can stop if you want.
Yeah, people just make comments. Up to you,
Whew, this one is hot.
Bryce. I'm getting you some milk.
I'll be okay. Okay.
Don't believe
So
you.
That one's gross and hot.
He needs some milk.
Whoo!
How does... No, wait.
Those are the ones I hate.
Okay.
Good Lord. Gross.
Woo. How does the quality of Chinese manufactured boards compare to boards manufactured
I ate a spit cup. For real.
elsewhere? That one should have been at the end.
The last dab is apparently rated at 2 million.
No way. I'm really crying now, actually. I ate a spit cup.
Woo. Okay.
Oh my God.
That was hot. You ready?
No. Oh, frick.
Shane is losing it.
Oh, that was the one. You're watching it. Oh my God.
How are you doing, boys?
Hot. Okay.
Last one. You gotta put a little bit extra on this one, though.
Tradition around here.
We haven't even answered a question. Ready? If you just talk through it, it'll be okay.
I do not want to do the next one.
The last one isn't as bad, Evan says.
Yeah, he's real trustworthy.
And then Mark Wesham says that beer at Bonzini's is sounding pretty good now, eh?
My lips are on fire.
Do you want to talk about Chinese manufactured boards or the difference between mounting a ledger with deck screws versus smooth shank nails?
My ears don't work right now.
I can't answer either of those questions, so.
Come again?
Boys, that one was bullshit.
That was really hot.
Oh
Why
my
does
God.
that exist?
It's because it was made in the lab.
Yeah,
They're not messing around.
it's wicked beyond belief.
I am crying right now.
It's hot, but it's like it doesn't use any insane
There's a lot
peppers.
on that, though.
It's just habanero and chipotle. It's wild.
Yeah.
it
And when I
just,
punch you in the face,
refined
it's
or
just
what?
my fingers.
It's also a combination of we've been eating 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
They definitely ramp.
Shane didn't really agree to do this, by the way. We just kind of forced it on him.
I actually pushed back quite a bit.
He did.
Yeah, we needed content, though, so.
That one's not going away.
Just be very careful with touching your face, Shane.
Okay, let's talk through it. It's way less than it was a little while ago. You can do it. It's like public speaking. Just pretend the hot sauce is naked.
Jesus, my heart's racing.
Oh, no.
There's a little bit of mouth left. We'll save it. For if you need-
There's
oh, you
there's
need
some
more?
here. You can have mine.
Give it to me. I'm almost done mine.
Okay.
It's okay.
So, about that Chinese composite.
Breathing out is awful.
In through the mouth. You can do it, buddy. I believe
more.
in you.
One more, and then we can go get ice cream from Ross's.
That's at least 15 minutes away.
No, we're at 58 minutes. So
Evan says, I told you it was bad.
It is pretty bad.
I mean, to go get the ice cream is 15 minutes. To leave here,
it's
go get it.
Not if you run.
I'm going to say that is a hot. That is a very, very hot
Oh.
and like unrelenting hot sauce from beginning to end.
Not
it is
gonna
like
lie.
brutal.
I think that one is hotter than the last dab.
I think it is too.
Yeah,
I
that's
know
what-
it is. I've
that's
had
what
the
Evan
last
said,
dab
yeah.
before.
I think the mustard in the last dab kind of neutralizes it a little.
I agree.
That was a significant step up from the last one.
Yeah.
It was just like the black one was just black. It just
I was
looked
actually
scary.
okay. Even at the black one, it was gross, but
There's a whole other glass of milk if you need
There
it.
is, yeah, and there's like
And I
one
will.
extra. There's one extra.
and I will.
You don't have to do the last one.
I mean, you made it through 7. You might as well. do the
Holy
last one.
piss, boys!
Shivering off that last one.
Next week on the Ultimate Deck podcast, we're going to
Eat some more surströmming.
yeah, or we'll have a hot dog eating
Mark Westrom
contest.
can't stop laughing.
Yeah.
You son of a bitch. Next time you're here, okay. Aside from the fact that that one is like Jesus Christ hot,
Yeah.
Jacob's sitting
It
over here shaking.
is gross.
It's gross. It tasted like dirt and like.
Those are the ones that piss me off that even exist.
I
Let
agree.
me rant for a minute.
I'll let you rant.
Why make something like that?
You got the full screen, Shane. Rant away.
Light them up. Look
I
at
told you
the
guys
camera
before.
when you do
Stare
this.
straight
I
into
told
the
you.
lens.
Listen to you sons of bitches. Who was that?
The little one,
The bomb.
the baby.
Oh yeah, you put it in this little nondescript, unfrightening little bottle. Pricks.
I mean, the smaller the bottle, I mean, I'd be more scared, to be honest.
I think the big problem with this one too is that like it's kind of thick, so it just like sits in your teeth.
So is my saliva.
Yeah, I know, but it sits everywhere. So every
I feel
time
like I
you
drank a cement mixer.
every time you're like drooling and stuff, it just like coats your mouth again and again
He
and
says,
again.
he says the bomb is nasty. Is that one?
Yeah. The bomb's nasty.
Jacob's literally sitting over here, like, shivering right now. So-
Yeah.
It's cold? Is it cold
Oh,
in here,
he's
guys?
like-
I'm writing them a letter.
Strongly recommend.
Shane's like, are you okay?
doing
Should,
pretty
should we
good,
call the
Shane.
cops? I mean, the cops and ambulance?
Yeah, call the cops on these
I could do
pricks.
that too.
That is inhumane.
That's really hot.
Okay. I enjoy spicy foods. To hear.
I would say to hear this one was good.
If they also taste good. But those ones that taste like ass, which that just did, and then just burn all your skin off is ridiculous. Why do that?
We did a good. Like, how was the lineup so far though? Up to that point, it was probably okay.
This one was the first one that started to get quite warm for me,
But still, this one tasted good.
but still a good flavor. This one looked gross, so it fails for that reason alone. But a tolerable heat.
Yeah.
This one is intolerable. This one I feel weak. I feel like,
Your body's going into
Evan
shock.
said he didn't even give you the hottest sauce he has.
oh yeah, Evan.
Levi says, how did Wade get out of this?
He went to Saskatoon.
Yeah.
Like this one, you know, if you're like super nervous about something, how you just kind of like, you're like
Yeah.
shaky and you're like, don't feel like you have the energy to like do things. That's how I feel right now. I'm nervous
Like your
because
brain's all over the place.
I'm dying.
Yeah, exactly. You're going into shock.
Yeah, that one's nasty. That one's not nice.
Goggles going on for this next one?
For the last one, it will. But we haven't even answered a
Oh my
deck
God.
question.
Yeah. So Chinese composite.
How does Chinese composite? How does the quality of Chinese manufactured boards stack up to boards made elsewhere? Come on, man.
You expect me to get serious now?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you could try.
So I feel like Chinese manufactured boards, you could look at them the same way as the boards that Home Depot carries. In that there's crap, there's probably good, and there's probably really good.
Right.
But there's a lot of crap.
A lot.
And so Chinese manufactured products have a reputation for being garbage products when they come here, at least in the deck board world. Now, there are some companies that do their manufacturing in China that are American companies
Like who?
that probably try to enforce their quality controls a little bit more than maybe some, like, you know, a Chinese company that's just shooting for a low dollar. Like Fortress, for example. A lot of their stuff's manufactured in China, but it's an American company.
My ear's itchy because of the spice.
Is that a correlation? I don't know.
What?
Is that a correlation? I don't know.
I don't know.
So it's not completely fair to say that all deck boards manufactured in China are garbage, because there probably is a few of them that are decent. However, it's certainly a red flag to look into it a bit more, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I get what you're saying.
Now, the profiles, we post this every once in a while, the profiles to watch out for.
Right.
If you combine imported Chinese manufactured and it's got one of our profiles, like the deck board profile that we warn about, that's like, I would be unwilling to compromise on that.
So, yeah, because they have like the holes that go right through, so they're kind of a full thickness board, but not really
Right. They're hollow core in them. I don't trust hollow core boards,
at all.
no matter where they're made. I believe that we've seen them fail.
Are there any other brands that make hollow core boards that are made in North America, or?
Well, yeah, like, yeah. I'm just annoyed that you're still even talking to me. Like, I'm pretty sure we stopped being friends about 6 minutes ago.
After that it was Evans, so it's not my fault.
I blame Evan. We were only going to do like 3, but then he's like, whoa, I'll give you some hot sauce.
Those ones aren't even hot. He'll bring some hot
I
ones.
know, and that's why I didn't want him involved. This should have been.
Yeah, it should have been two, like the easiest.
Should have been Frank's Red Hot. Frank's Red Hot, like spicy edition.
Some of the like,
And then like thick Frank's Red Hot.
And then we're gonna end with Tabasco.
I would have been on board for that. I can already feel my stomach being like, "Oh, you!" I see. I didn't even finish it. So you don't have to bleep it. Bryce, what are we talking about?
Hollow core boards. Are there any
Yeah,
North American manufactured hollow core boards that you know of? Because you said it's just the profile that we're.
It's getting not good here. Yeah, there's Green Bay Decking. I think makes a hollow core. What do they also call theirs? Like, I don't know. They got some names. They manufacture some different things.
Speed holes.
Duck's Back, I think, is hollow core, but interlocks made by Green Bay Decking. So yeah, there's like maybe the odd one.
Okay. And we just don't like the profile.
No, that's where COVID came from, is inside those boards.
Okay. Are you going to do the last one? You're done.
no, do it. Do it.
No, I'm not going to force him to do it. He doesn't have to do it.
You made it through 7.
How much did you put on it?
This one isn't as bad as the last one. Evan
And which
says.
side did you put it on?
That
I'll
one-
eat it if I get to choose the side.
That
and you
one
tell me.
honestly didn't even come out that much, so
No.
I don't think there's really even that much.
It's a
on
heat level 10 out of 10.
This one is thick.
Like I'm. How are you doing? You back?
Yeah, I'm back. I'm good.
Like you were shaky and like, ugh.
Yeah.
Like I'm still there a little bit.
My
I
brain thought I was
exaggerated that,
dying
but-
for a moment, but I'm good.
I'm definitely in that like. Still feel super like it's an anxiety.
It's really like this stuff was really thick, so not much really came out. So if that makes you feel any better, I didn't put any extra on. Like if anything, there's barely any on these ones.
So that's gross. Like that big dried up clump in the end. You're trying to smear. Or is that? That's
No,
not the
that's
sauce.
That's
how the
just
sauce
how
looks.
thick the sauce is. So you can tell there isn't that much on yours.
What do we have for comments here? Where are you caught up? Super Finkelberry. Would you rather have ate balut? Yes.
Yeah, we'll do century aids for the next one.
I would have probably rather done this up until the middle of the pack, but before that last one, I would have switched to balut, no problem.
Man.
Oh wait,
there's
balut.
something
Hold
wrong.
on. No,
Yeah,
I
those
thought
are
he was.
century aids.
Those are eggs,
Yeah.
man.
Sorry, I thought I was getting it mixed up with
Surströmming.
surströmming.
Oh yeah,
Oh, balut.
balut are the eggs that are like
Balut's a mental
have
game,
the
man.
chickens in them. And
I have trouble with balut. It's just like
It's duck, right?
something.
It's fermented duck eggs with the
Yeah.
body of the duckling in
they're
it.
unfertilized, or they're fertilized duck eggs.
and they're
Are
also
we out of milk?
old. No, there's.
Is all
we
stra-
out of milk?
How much
I'll straight have to switch back to drinking my own saliva that came out of that cup.
do you need milk? Like
I'll
You
take a
fill it
top
up.
up just before this next.
Oh, you are
Not
going to do
much
the
left.
last
Whoa,
one?
whoa, whoa.
Yeah, I'm
wanna
gonna do
save
it.
it.
I'm gonna
Okay,
do
okay.
it. But God damn.
It's hot ones, last dab, Carolina Reapers. You want a little extra?
No, I don't want an extra. You're not going to want to spill that one. Okay.
You know what that reminds me of, Shane, is doing like wine tastings. You spit, and sometimes people like use regular cups, and then some people drink the wine spit. Same thing.
I'm not listening to you right now.
Okay.
I'm slowly focused on how uncomfortable my stomach feels now from drinking so much milk. I don't drink a lot of milk ever.
And you're
it's gonna be
lactose
like double
intolerant.
header.
And you're
Oh,
lactose
God.
intolerant.
Yeah, you've just brewed up Like you think climate
God.
change is a big deal? The storm that's brewing in my stomach right now would make Al Gore shiver in his boots.
You ready? You ready?
Yeah, I don't want to eat the wing. I'm worried about consuming more anything. Right
Don't
now.
eat the wing then.
Like,
Just look.
Just look at it.
that's not a gross one.
No, it tastes pretty good. It's like mustardy.
I just got that hot peppery taste again. And I don't like that.
You made it. We did it, buddy.
Woohoo!
Womp 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 womp.
Need some like confetti.
I do not like the
cannons.
flavor of those last two.
No, they weren't that good. Mm. Okay.
The Godfather, before I'm not able to talk, the Godfather says, yuck, dead ducklings. Yeah, I don't know why you'd want to eat that. Korean delicacy, though, right?
Yeah, something like that. They call them
Philip,
century eggs.
Filipino. I don't
I'm
know.
not.
Southeast
Oh,
Asian.
maybe it's
originated.
Filipino.
Filipino. Yeah.
Maybe it's Filipino.
Filipino. So I got Nathan.
Here
Nathan.
comes the shakes back.
Nathan Brandt asked some questions. He says, "I hear you like statements over questions. So talk about lighting. What are your top 3 favorite deck lighting manufacturers? Are there any to avoid?"
Go ahead and read the question.
That was the question.
Were you talking?
Shane's hallucinating now.
I could see your lips moving. but nothing was coming out.
It's coming out. Yeah. So what are your top 3
Shampoo is better.
top 3 deck lighting manufacturers, and are there any to avoid? Or you could answer this
I'm
question.
scared to start talking. That one, I don't like the taste of that one. It's hanging in there. The taste of it is hanging in there. It tastes like dusty, dirty
California Reapers kind of taste like that.
underwear.
Because they like dry them and they
Yeah. So I don't like. Did this have that in there too?
is dried habaneros and chipotles. So chipotles are generally dried too.
Oh yeah, Chipotle will do your guts in. Pepper or the restaurant.
The restaurant definitely will. You get a burrito the size of your forehead.
Okay, I've been waiting for this one to kick me in the nuts. Definitely not as bad as the last one.
No.
Evan says, in that case, you should do the bomb again.
I'm not doing the bomb again.
In which case we should ban Evan from all of our social media channels.
Evan, stop it.
If Evan was here, then maybe. But
I don't have a top 3 lighting manufacturers because I only have
Because there's only one.
experience with some that are like okay, some that are bad, and one really good one.
Okay.
well, we have a different question if you want.
You have a different question.
I'll answer this one. I'm a big fan of Inlight.
Yeah.
I'll just call that my number 1. However, I've never used some of the other like reputable, good lighting brands like Kichler, Philips Hadco. Those other brands that are supposed to like there are like market leaders and they
Right.
produce really good products. I've just never used them, so I don't know what I'm missing out on there. But if I had to guess, the 3 I just mentioned are probably the top 3. Inlight, I can confirm, is a great product. It's very easy to install. It's super reliable, which is all you can ask for in
lights.
in low voltage lighting, because most are not. Even
Jacob's dying.
Jacob is dying.
even sometimes from good brands are not super reliable. But we've had nothing but great success with Inlight for, I think we've been carrying them for 5 or 6 years. So we've sold thousands of fixtures. I believe that we've had one wedge light go bad. I believe we had one transformer that went bad. And I believe we just recently had a wedge light in our store display in Saskatoon where the bulb went out.
Oh.
So
After 5 years.
I don't know, I have to look it up. I don't know how many thousands upon thousands of lights. We've had 2 die. One was just our own store display and one transformer. And Inlight jumped to just like get that replaced right away.
Oh, there you go.
I'm not suggesting that they'll always do this, but they didn't even make us go through a formal warranty process. It was like, check the connection. Yeah, no, the connection's not working. Sounds good. Light's in the mail. And they just send you a new one. They just get the problem solved.
Yeah.
And so as a retailer, we talked about this with the decking. I don't want to carry products that have constant people coming back, callbacks, people showing back up because this doesn't work. Inlight's been great. We haven't had that. And the odd time that you can count on these 2 fingers, you can count on Wade's thumb on his 2 thumbs, thumb and a half, the number of problems we had, and they resolved it super quick. In contrast, we've carried lights from manufacturers before that are clearly like outsourced, just like private label lights, probably manufactured overseas.
Yep.
And the failure rate on them is significant. Even out of the box, sometimes some of the lights
They're like Christmas lights.
or they'd make it 2 weeks and a couple would burn out.
Yeah.
So when you can't make it through a year without 15% of your lights failing, that's not a good product.
No.
And if you're going after cheap box store kind of lights where you get 10 in a pack and a 10 in a pack and a transformer, and it's $100.
Yep.
They're obviously not super high quality lights, and maybe you don't care. The problem becomes when you can't replace them. So we've seen that a lot too, where, years ago, Costco would bring in pallets of these, I can't remember the brand, but pallets of these deck lights, and it was like an 8-pack with the transformer. They daisy chained together. I thought they're good lights. I used to use them myself when I was building. I would buy them and put them in. But the problem was when they did eventually start to go, Costco doesn't carry them anymore.
Oh,
right?
so
They bring them in for
never
2
getting them
years and
back.
then they're gone. And then, Costco
Yeah.
rotates through shit.
Yep.
So we'd have customers come back here, maybe the light's made it for 3, 4, 5 years, and then a couple burnt out, but then they come to get one and it's like,
So how do you
they
replace
can't
that?
get them anymore. Sorry. So now you're buying whole new lights anyway and hope that the hole matches the same size of what you already carved into your deck.
Yeah.
You know that a company like Inlight or Kichler is not going anywhere. Those, like, they're very successful lighting manufacturers, big companies. If your light does happen to go bad 5 years from now, first of all, they have a 5-year warranty.
Right.
But even if it goes bad in 10 years from now, there's a good chance you'll probably be able to get that same light or a similar fixture or whatever. So I don't know of any brands specifically to stay away from because, like I said, most of the brands are probably just branded and they're likely manufactured elsewhere.
Like white label lights.
I know we had bad luck with Fibron lights years ago, but obviously Fibron wasn't making their own lights. Where did they actually come from? I don't know. But those are the ones that we were hitting like 15% failure rate in the first year.
Jeez.
Any lights that you still have to silicone Moret together and pay attention to your polarity is a why for me now, because there's options that you don't have to do that. So like,
And they're worth
with
the
Inlight,
little
the
extra.
install is so simple.
Yeah.
So I'm a big fan of Inlight. Yes, it costs more.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to pretend that these are my calf muscle just decided. My calf was just like, what was that second last one there? You just did. They're expensive, right? You're going to pay in Canadian dollars, $60 likely for like a basic kind of riser light. So, you buy 2 of those and it's the same price of what maybe an 8-pack from Home Depot is going to cost. But we've also, like, we've looked at other lights to wonder if we should offer them as a lower kind of boxed kit, cheaper quality. And if you've ever wondered why Inlight costs as much as it does, hold it in your hand with a cheaper light with it, and then it all makes sense. Because when you don't have something to compare it against, it's kind of like, oh, what's
Just
this
a
little light,
beefier.
$60?
Yeah.
But you hold them together, it's like, oh, okay, I get it now. Like, this is actually a good quality stainless steel ring on it. This one's all 8 of them in the box were all kind of like scratched and marked up. Like, it's obviously
Already.
a very cheap material there. The ring is super thin. It could bend. It could break very easily. The Inlight one is very, very sturdy. The quality of the LED is probably a lot better. The sealing, you can tell, is a lot better on the Inlight units. They have some weight to them, so there's like some material in it. It's not just a hollow plastic shell. You can tell that there's a major quality difference between the lights. It's just up to you whether you decide that the price differential is worth it to you.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you can get that pack for $120 and get the same thing from Inlight. Same number of lights from Inlight's going to cost you $400 or $500 maybe. Seems like a big jump, but if you're somebody who wants to put them in and not worry about them, then it's probably worth it.
How do you feel about post cap lights?
In general,
Yeah.
they're freaking great, man.
Okay.
Question is,
They're good.
Will post cap lights shine in my eyes when I'm sitting on my deck, or do they direct most of the light downward?
Who's asking us? Nathan again?
Nathan Brandt.
Depends on it. Totally depends. There's so many different post cap lights out there. We don't do a lot of post cap lights because we don't do a ton of wood railing, and that's where post cap lights are most common, especially solar ones. However, you can get post cap lights for like Fortress rail, aluminum rail. Like, some of those manufacturers have post cap accessories. The answer for that one, at least for Fortress, is no. And there's 2 reasons. There's 2 options. One is the glow ring.
Right.
And it does shine straight outwards, square to your eyes. However, it's a filtered light. It's like the light's in behind like a frosted filter.
Yeah.
So it's a very soft glow. And it's not bright to your eyes whatsoever, but it's a very nice ambient light. I think they look super awesome. And the other option you can use either in conjunction with the glow ring or use either or is the down lights. So they actually go underneath the cap and they shine down the wall of the post, down to the floor.
So they just light up the post.
So they're not shining at your face whatsoever.
Right.
The other lights I really like for any aluminum railing is the Inlight mini wedges.
Right.
Or the mini cubids.
And you just put them on and they shine straight down, right?
Yeah, mount them on the side of the post and they shine straight down. So they light things up, but they don't shine at your face. Yeah. So kind of serves both functions.
Final question from Nathan Brandt. We will have a second story deck with 4-foot wraparound stairs.
Nope. You're going to have to start that one over.
We will have a second story deck with 4-foot wraparound stairs. Should I light?
What a what deck? What was the first part?
Second story.
Second story? With wraparound stairs?
Yeah, that's what it says.
Nope.
It says second story. Read the question.
That's exactly what it said on the YouTube chat.
We will have a second story deck with 4-foot wraparound stairs. I'm guessing that his definition of wraparound stairs and my definition of wraparound stairs are different.
Right.
Should I light every other... Okay, his question
had nothing to do with it. I know.
Should I light every step, or 2 lights per step? Okay, the reason my
because you were like...
Wraparound usually means like the stair kind of wraps around a corner, like it's a big cascading set, and you would do that on a lower deck, but to do it from a second story...
You'd have this like...
Those stairs would be 800 feet wide by the time you hit the bottom. It would be the most expensive and largest staircase ever built in the history of staircases. I don't know what he means by wraparound. Like maybe that the stairs kind of like, the deck is here and they kind of like turn back.
They turn in.
Along the deck maybe? Like out and around?
I don't know.
I don't know what he means. But the question is about the stairs. Do you put them on every step or not?
Yeah. Do you put lights on every step?
You put them on every step. I've seen people do it on every other step. The only reason you would ever do that is if you were trying to save money. So if you have to save the money, then sure. Some lights is better than no lights, I guess.
Some lights are better than no lights.
So skip a step. But the purpose of the lights, what?
Wrap it up.
No, I'm not. Why?
We're losing viewers. Talk about more interesting stuff.
So they watched us silently struggle through.
Yeah, they did.
Okay.
That's all they wanted to see.
Every other step is fine, but like the point of the lights is twofold. One, so you can see where the step is when it's dark out for safety.
Yeah.
And so skipping a step
makes it more dangerous.
Doesn't help light the step up. And 2, it just kind of looks a little bit weird in my opinion. As for whether you should do 2 per step or 1 per step, that depends to me on the brightness of the light. So it depends what bulb you're using.
So if you use crappy lights, use 2.
Well, if they're dimmer, then 2 per step can look quite nice. I wouldn't use like on a 4-foot wide set of steps, honestly, 1's probably enough to me. If you're going to a 6-foot wide set of steps, then yeah, probably 2 is more appropriate. But I think 1, but do it every step. Choose the middle ground, the middle budget option.
The middle ground.
Do every step, but all the steps.
Choose this hot sauce.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm a floater.
So,
in the middle. That's what that.
How was those wings?
Do we have like more of those wings with not shit all over them?
Yes. There's
They're
like
good wings.
We got like 20 or 30.
So how was that experience for you?
I enjoyed it up until,
like you said, yeah.
I do believe that these 2 were probably reversed. I believe that this one was hotter than the black one.
The black one just looked scary.
No, it looked gross.
Mike Westrom says, your turbo lats is about to kick in. Better hurry up.
Yeah, I would switch those ones, and I would put this one at the end, and I would put this one like maybe even behind this one.
It didn't feel as hot as a lot of them.
It for sure is not the top hot. It might have been the second or third, I would even say, most hot. I feel like these were a little bit out of order here. Here, all good. Like,
all
that
good.
made sense.
It was a good lineup there.
It was fine. It was fun, except for that second last
It
one.
really
was a
hit
bitch.
hard, hey?
Oh, man. Right from the time I put the wing in my mouth, I hadn't even touched my tongue yet,
You're
but
like,
you could taste that stupid, dusty, like peppery, pepper, whatever that
it's bad
disgustingness is. And I was like, ugh, great. This is one of these ones that tastes like ass, and it's going to be hot as hell. And it didn't disappoint.
That one's got to have some kind of capsaicin extract or something.
Oh,
it can't
boy.
just be straight.
It was nasty. Like that was every bit as bad as the chip.
Yeah, I would agree. It was just wet.
Nothing worse than a wet chip.
Nothing worse than a wet chip.
Scott Kelly says your guys' struggle was far from silent.
It was definitely far from silent.
Yeah, you might not have been saying words, but
I don't think we have anything else. Do we, Shane? Do you have any last words?
no, I'm glad that's over. And
Doing this again next year.
I hope it.
Tomorrow?
It's like
I mean, yeah, he'll be doing it again tomorrow on the toilet. So
the same advice. The same advice I gave to my wife after our third child, who was an absolute nightmare with his acid reflux, and he never slept, and we didn't sleep for 2 months, and we just hated our lives, and we both wanted to end our own lives, and like it was not. We were wit's end. We could not do this ever again. We could not ever do this again. And I said to her, I was like, don't ever forget how awful this is, because at that time we were like, no more kids.
Right.
And I was willing to stick with the no more kids. And I was like, don't ever forget how bad this was. You guys, don't ever forget how bad that was. Don't get some wise idea that we should do this again next year. That's my final say.
Okay.
We'll have to do it with Wade next time.
We will see you guys next week. Send us any of your
Milk. Send milk.
Send milk for Shane. Any suggestions for topics you want to see on the podcast, put it in the comments. Like, subscribe. We'll see you next week.
Hey, thank you for listening to the Ultimate Deck Podcast. Now you know what we're about. Check the site, come and shop. UltimateDeckShop.com. Hit us right away for sponsorships, or tell us if you want to collaborate. Let's go. Check us out on any social networks. Thank you for listening.